Don't worry, we'll finish this in 2 minutes. Nana Oten Kwanchi II, Nananum, distinguished guest speaker, Mrs. Lucy Quist, the Deputy Minister of Education, Mr. Akbla, representative of the Vice Chancellor of the University of Cape Coast, representative of the Vice Chancellor of the University of Mines and Technology, the executive team and trustees of Ashesi University College, my fellow graduates, ladies and gentlemen. It is with the greatest humility and honor that I stand here representing the collective voice of this most amazing, talented, and inspiring class, the class of 2016. I will forever cherish having been entrusted the responsibility of being your voice at the end of this long journey. I hope that this address will help us recollect some of our fun experiences together, as well as the impact this institution has had in transforming us. As we step into the shoes of those who walk this campus before us, I hope that these words will serve as a light to guide our way. At every graduation ceremony, throughout our time here at Ashesi, we've had speaker after speaker stand on this podium and say something about recognizing how far they've come. However, it is impossible for me to stand here and ask you to do anything different, because we've come a long way, and that deserves a recognition. Class of 2016, look at the person sitting beside you. Once a stranger, and now they are family. You have shared an experience that have changed you both. You are no longer disconnected, but you are part of a network of collective enthusiasm and potential. Now expand that vision to include all our parents and loved ones who have invested so much to get us to this point. Broaden it again to include every lecturer and every member of staff who had to be pounded for 4 straight years on this Brekusu road to get you to this point. And to all of them, we say thank you. And I'm sure many of you here went through the pounding process before you got here. But we too have been pounded. We too have struggled. Think about the late nights. Every dawn you woke up not on your bed, but raising your head from the desk with papers plastered on your cheeks. Remember every early morning pop quiz. The great amount of time you spent looking for a bug in your code only to find out in the morning that you missed a semicolon. Remember, class of 2016, the time you had to give up those 20 points in the accounting exam room just because no matter what you did, the sheet wouldn't just balance. And despite all this, Mrs. Ewa still managed to add the problems of the day. Remember that time you became so disturbed that you could not even give a proper greeting to your colleague. Look, we took up greetings like, "Hello, Seamus, have you completed?" "Hi, Agatha, has it compiled?" "Hello, Grace, has focus changed?" Yes, we too have struggled. And together we have prevailed. In our dark moments, we should remember that we are overcomers. Thumbs up. We are going to miss this place because our time here has been much more than struggle. Ashesi has been our safe space. On this hill and within this family, we found purpose and a sense of community, which is absent in the world out there. A world governed not by love or truth, but by personal gain. Our economic systems are failing because our markets are run by people whose interest lies solely in what they can acquire rather than what they can produce. Our politics is filled with men and women with pessimistic ideologies that only serve to divide us all. A basic right like education has been separated into inferior and superior. But what we don't know is, alone you can go fast, but together we can go far. There are, of course, exceptions, and we thank God for exceptions. Exceptions, people like Aung San Suu Kyi and the late Nelson Mandela, who stood for ideals and community in the face of great personal sacrifice. People like Paul Kagame of Rwanda and Lee Kuan Yew of Singapore, who raised their countries up through sound economic policies from the ashes of genocide and underdevelopment, respectively. Fumilola Ransome Kuti, who led changes in the Nigerian educational system, much more like our very own Dr. Patrick Ewa. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a man who could trade a place in Microsoft in the United States to come home to Ghana and establish an unconventional liberal arts university. As they say in Ghana, what a shock. Ethics. Look, these men and women have shown us the importance of selflessness, the power of dreams, and the impact of vision. Ethics, civic engagement, innovation, curiosity, leadership. I see many of the qualities of these great men and women captured in the Ashesi learning goals that hang in the walls of every classroom on this campus. And 4 years ago, like many of you, I had just one desire. And when I look at these learning goals and these qualities, I smile. Because I imagine the way class of 2016 is going to make use of these qualities to create a new future for our continent. Look, 4 years ago, like many of you, I had just one desire: to do well in my SATs and choose one of the most reputable universities outside of Africa. Instead, Ashesi happened. And now I realize that applying to a college I'd never been to, I'd never heard of, in a country I'd never been to, was the greatest setup for my success. Many will have seen this decision as an act of irrationality. But I was guided by faith. And given the fact that 2016 is the most diverse graduating class Ashesi has ever seen, it means that I was not alone in my belief. Look, Ashesi brought me from Gambia into a family that includes Chi Chen from China, Ibrahim Sumahuru from Ivory Coast, Lydia Kinyari from Kenya, Makani Mwembe from Zambia, and all of my classmates that are seated here today. At Ashesi, we don't just graduate with a degree in information system, in computer science, in business administration or engineering. We graduate with a mission to serve, a mandate to give to society more than we take from it. We are not just gifted for ourselves, we are a gift for others. Dr. King once said that if you have nothing to die for, then you have nothing to live for. Class of 2016, more than being taught what to think, we've been taught how to think and how to question, and more importantly, how to do both. And I encourage us all to continue to seek a purpose that is connected to a contribution to society, because it is only by doing so that we will know how to give back. During the past 4 years, we did not only make GPAs, as you will find out very soon. We also filled GAPs. Our colleague Daniel Bonsu, he recognized a need to inspire others. Armed with a little more than a camera in his imagination, he started chronicling something many will consider ordinary: the stories he heard and saw every time he took a trotro. Today, his Trotsky Journal online platform informs, inspires, and educates young Ghanaians to serve and to create an effect wherever they find themselves. Grace Aponsa too saw a gap in the sex education of young girls. And to fill that gap, she started the New Dawn initiative. Sally Sam and Emmanuel Ampedu gave farmers in Brekusu a new reason to process and farm pineapples, beautifully packaged in smoothies, cakes, and dried pineapple. Vanessa Amwako and Frida Kawitha added value to the education of children in Brekusu through the New Leaf initiative, creating space, time, and support to pupils to help them do their homework. Dorcas Mensah and her team also impacted remote societies in Ghana through the Starfish Aid Project. Look, I can go on and on and on, but these are just a few of the numerous initiatives led by my class, the class of 2016. Class of 2016, as we step out there as world changers and history makers, please do not let the voices out there drown the voice within. Our 4-year journey has challenged everyone to reflect and understand that we are the only version of our kind. Yet we sometimes fail to live the lives we aspire because we succumb to pressure from society. The world needs the real you. If you dream of becoming a writer, do not hesitate to put pen to paper. If it's speaking, speak with conviction and share your plethora of thoughts to the world. Look, do not be afraid to do what you are gifted to do. If it's arts, dance, music, then so be it. All you have to do is bring your personality and show the world what you have, because you've been equipped for this course. As I conclude, please permit me to share with you the simple story of an African child as my last words to you. On the 13th of December 2002, he lost a parent, the breadwinner, father, and sustainer of a family of 6. He was a 10-year-old at the time, the first male child living in a society where he had to assume the responsibilities of his father. However, as he struggled to make his life great in a single-parent home, things began to deteriorate. His feet were kissed by dust. His hands were bruised from the toils of the day. His face was smeared with sweat. Nevertheless, optimism kept him going. He walked the streets with no shoes. He struggled to find a vest for a worn-out chest. As he went through his days with a mind as blank as his mama's savings account, somehow he still kept a dream alive within him. And he made it through primary and secondary education with a hunger for university. He kept hope alive as he engaged his mind with teaching, till one day he heard a knock on his door. It was Ashesi University College, offering him a life-changing opportunity at no cost as a MasterCard Foundation scholar. He put faith to work, and like a miracle, he found himself a new home, a new family, and a new purpose. At Ashesi, he saw the world from a different perspective. That 10-year-old boy, Festus Emmanuel Jatu, has now been empowered to be a leader, and is today delivering the valedictorian speech for his fellow classmates, who also have profound stories. Ladies and gentlemen, my being here today proves that we are not a product of our circumstances, but a product of our aspirations. We don't dwell on what we've been through, the struggle, the inequality, the poverty, the broken environment. We're a group that carries the ambition of scientists, engineers, business leaders, artists, teachers, entrepreneurs, and many others. To every one of you today, the class of 2016 message to you is this: do not let the history determine your glory, because the past indeed is an experience, the present is an experiment, and the future is full of expectations. So use your experience wisely. Please experiment, and with the right choices, you can achieve your expectation. Congratulations, class of 2016. God bless you. I love you all. Thank you very much.